Today I'm going to be making a pizza, and it's going to have a red lentil crust. So it's going to be high protein, we're going to have a good amount of fiber, it's going to be delicious, so stick around. Hi, Debbie Chu here from Chu on Vegan. Welcome back to my kitchen. If you're new here, I'm a plant-based RN. I follow a whole food, plant-based way of eating. On my channel, you're going to find quick and easy whole food plant-based recipes. So if that sounds good to you, please subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I upload a video, which is every Tuesday and Saturday. You can also follow me on Instagram for more plant-based content. Be sure to check out the description box for the full recipe and links to all the resources I offer. I have an online course, I have a Facebook group, I have a newsletter, and I have an e-guide. And you will also find discount codes down there. So as I said, I'll be making a pizza today. Pizza is one of my favorite foods, but as you know, it can be very high in fat and processed flours. So this is going to be a crust made with red lentils. So it's going to be higher in protein, we're going to get some good fiber, and it comes together relatively quickly. So let's get started. So we're going to start with a cup of split red lentils. You want to make sure they're the split ones and not the whole. So I'm going to rinse these off. You want to make sure you rinse them off in cold water for a couple of minutes, and then we're going to throw them in the blender with some spices. So I've got my lentils all rinsed, and we're just going to add them to the blender. And to this, I'm going to add a half a tablespoon of my pizza seasonings. And if you don't have this, you could just use Italian seasonings. That would be just fine. So I've got a half a tablespoon and a teaspoon of salt, and then a cup of water. Now I'm going to go blend this till it's smooth. If you don't have a high-speed blender, then you may want to soak these for 2-3 hours before, but I've got a high-speed blender, so I'm not even going to soak these. Then I'll meet you over at the stove and you'll see how easy this is. So this pizza is going to be cooked on top of the stove. Once that's done, we're going to do all our toppings and we're going to put it into the oven for about 15 minutes. So you need an oven-safe pan. It's going to be going in at 350 degrees, so it needs to be oven safe up to 350 degrees. I did do a little bit of spray of avocado oil, and I just used a little bit and used a paper towel to spread it around because you do not want this to stick. All right, so we're just going to pour in our mixture, and you're on medium heat. And I like to leave a little space so I can get under it. So we're just going to let this cook for about 15 minutes on medium. It may get like little bubbles and stuff. That's all fine. Don't worry about that. So we will check it in 15. All right, so as you can see, I can go around the edges. We're all good there. Okay. And this was about 13 minutes, and I had it on medium low. Now you just want to put a little bit of your favorite sauce. Depending on how saucy you like it. I like to take it pretty close to the edge. And then I like to have a little left over so you can dip it in there too after it's cooked. And then I just did a couple tablespoons of TVP and seasoned it with my pizza seasoning and a little salt. And I'm just going to put this on here as well. And this is optional, you don't have to do this, but it'll kick up the protein a little bit more. I'm just keeping it real simple. I've got some red bell pepper, and a little bit of onion. So whatever you like on your pizza, just do that. Or, you know, just use what you have. All right, I'm going to put this in the oven for 10 to 15 minutes, and then we'll be ready to serve. All right, here's our little pizza. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of nutritional yeast on top. You don't have to do that, but gives it that little cheesy flavor. And there you go. And this is, we'll serve two, and I serve it with either a big huge salad or a big side of veggies. So you still get that pizza taste, that your pizza craving is answered, and you're still keeping it low calorie. All right, let's give it a taste. All right, so I've got my 2 slices of pizza here, which is half. So this will be my serving. Like I think I said it before, but serve it with a big salad or a big side of veggies and you've got a complete meal. Now, if you just want to do this all in the oven, that's fine. You're just going to, you'll just put it on a lined baking sheet and you would put it in the oven at 350 or 375 until it was set, and then you could put your toppings on and put it back in. You could absolutely do that. I just feel like it gets crispier when I do it in the skillet first. That bottom gets nice and crispy. So, looks pretty good. So good. Now, of course, this is not going to taste like your wheat flour pizza or your white flour pizza, of course not. Your pizza craving gets satisfied, and it's got all the elements: crust, some veggies, sauce, and I love that little bit of TVP on top. So either way you want to make it, if you want to make it thinner, you just do it to how you would like it. So the total for this serving is 442 calories, 32 grams of protein, 2.4 milligrams of fat. I don't worry about carbohydrates, so I'm not going to mention it. I don't limit my carbs. So right now I'm focusing on protein, and I'm just making sure I get protein at each meal. I won't be giving you the protein, fat, and calories in every single video that I do. It just makes me feel like I'm putting too much focus on that. I'm just focusing on getting more protein at each meal, making sure there's protein at each meal besides veggies and potatoes, which I know have protein, and that I'm eating clean. I'm eating low fat. I always give you the full recipe in the description box. You can plug all that into Chronometer or MyFitnessPal, or you could Google every single one. You know, you could just say how much protein in a cup of lentils, and it will give you the calories, the proteins, the fat, all that. And you can figure it out. And then you can do that with your own meals. It's really handy to have, and Chronometer is a free app, so I just highly suggest you do that. But I will be giving you these values from time to time. I'm just letting you know it's not going to happen every single time. So I hope you liked this video. I hope you learned something, and if you did, please give it a like and share it with your friends. And if you've made it this far in the video, please comment below with red lentil pizza, and that way I know you made it to the end with me, and I really appreciate it. And then check out the description box. That's where the full recipe will be, all the resources I offer, and any discount codes I may have. So remember, all my recipes are good for you, they're good for the animals, and they're good for the planet, and what you put on your plate determines your fate and your weight. Until next time, thank you. I got friends in low places. I got friends in low places. That's a better key for me.